Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at a tripod extension arm that Ambitful sent out to me to review, but as always I'll give you my honest and fair opinion. But more specifically, I want to look at some of the different applications for an extension arm, how you can use it to expand your photography, and why I think it's probably a better choice than, say, one of those tripods that have those articulating center columns. So let's take a quick look at the extension arm itself. It comes in this nice little carry case here. So this is the extension arm itself. It's fairly lightweight, made of aluminum. At the top here we have a reversible 1/4-20 or 3/8 thread to mount your tripod head onto. On the top here we have additional 1/4-20 screws to mount any kind of accessories. And then on the back we have a little hook here to hang, weights off or whatever to counterbalance the camera and tripod when you put it on this side. And then on the bottom here, this is the articulating swivel arm here, where we have a 3/8 thread to screw onto the tripod itself. And then this also rotates 360 degrees and 180 degrees. Now this extension arm expands in two directions, and this is one of the key advantages over, say, the tripods with the articulating center column, is that you get additional reach on the front end, but you also get better handling and balance on the back end. And then once it's extended, you have these nice rubberized twist locks here, very much like the legs on your tripod. Now to use this extension arm, you're going to need a sturdy tripod that has a removable ball head. So you take your ball head off like so, and then that'll expose the 3/8 thread screw, in my case here. And then you just attach the extension arm to where the ball head used to be, just like this. And once that's locked into place, you take the ball head you just removed and you attach it to the front of the extension arm. Then you lock everything down nice and tight, like so. Now in the kit that I'm showing you today, they do include the sandbag, and they just have zippered pockets here in the front where you can, of course, put sand in. What I do instead, actually, is I put these little weights in here, like this, and this allows me to carry it over my shoulder very easily in the field, like this. And what I found in the field is I like to hang this just over the center of the tripod like this. I found this gave it more than enough stability for the kind of gear that I'm going to be attaching to the front. But if you need to, you can counterbalance a heavier setup by just moving the sandbag a little further back. Now, one of the most common uses for an extension arm is doing flat lay photography. It's basically overhead photography. You see it a lot in food photography, product photography, art reproduction, etc. And using an dedicated extension arm, say, versus a tripod with one of the articulating arms, it's much easier to work with. Your workflow will be much smoother in the studio in this case. So just to show you, I have full 180-degree articulation this way through the swivel mount here, and then also have full 360 rotation this way. So when I want to position the camera, I can center it as quickly or very quickly by extending this arm. So now I'm centered over the top of the table, versus a lot of tripods with the articulating arm, they only come out about this far. So you see a lot of people using those tripods, but their subject is here right at the edge of the table. And then you have to be conscious of not getting like the legs of the tripod into the shot, or even your feet, for example, particularly if you're going to be shooting flat lay on the floor and not on a table. Now you can attach other things other than a ball head or a camera to the end of your extension arm. You can also attach lighting. So all you need is like one of these little spigots that you normally see on the end of a light stand. And they come in 1/4-20 and 3/8 threads. And you just screw that onto the end of your extension arm. And now you can attach lighting very simply. And then now you have overhead lighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend this out like this. And because the lighting can be a lot heavier than a camera, rather than put the sandbags over the center of the column, I'm going to put it closer to the edge and balance this the best I can. So I just need to move this out, and now there we're balanced. And then I can tighten this up, put this in the position I want, and then put my flowers right here, sprinkle some leaves around it that I just keep in a little plastic cup when they fall off, and then just simply line up my camera to get a very dramatic shot of these flowers. Now, another very common use for extension arm is in macro photography because it allows you to easily position the camera to exactly where you want it to be. Because I can just kind of rotate this around, bring it down, extend or collapse the arm as needed. And then, as you can see, I took this setup in the backyard and I got a nice picture of this little tiny flower, which is a sign spring is just around the corner, thank goodness. And the extension arm is also very useful in shots like this, where it's difficult to get the tripod up close to the tree in this case because of the roots on the ground and the way that a tree kind of angles back. So I just had to extend the arm out and bring it right up to the ivy leaves here and get this shot. Now, I'm not really a videographer, but I can tell you the rotation on both the X and Y axis on this is very, very smooth and well dampened. So you could do some nice 360 shots this way, or if you attach a video head on the end here instead of a ball head, you could even use this as a jib. And another thing I should mention is that this costs about half as much as, say, buying another tripod with the center articulating column. I mean, most of us already have a tripod, so this makes a lot of sense if you want to save a little money as well. Right now it's retailing for like 60 bucks, but there's always some kind of discounts going on. So I'll have my affiliate links down below if you're interested in something like this. So overall, I think this is a very well made quality piece of gear that any photographer can add to their toolbox to either expand their photography or make the photography they're doing a little bit easier. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.